Are you ready for this, Tim?
Yeah.
Do you need a hat?
No.
No, what about those falling hot cinders?
Oh, that's right.
You survived that?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Do you know the basic principle of the steam engine?
Yeah.
No.
You burn coal, warms water, and the water produces pistons.
Well,
pistons make the wheels go round.
Absolutely. But in more precise terms, at this end of the organisation, we have the furnace end of the operation, the firebox. So we've got fire in there. It's extremely hot. On one of those things, going at full belt up shack or something, might be about 1,000 degrees centigrade in the firebox. Very, very hot indeed. Then we've got a space in the middle, a barrel full of water. There are tubes from the fire end to an empty space at the front, which is called the smoke box. And those tubes convey the hot gas, plain but mostly hot gas, down the tubes from the fire to the smoke box, where they're then thrown out up the chimney. What keeps stuff going that way, if you can hear under the chimney at the moment, we've got an auxiliary jet, the blower, blowing steam up through the chimney. As the steam blows up through the chimney, it draws with it some of the air from the smoke box, that sort of Venturi effect if you're familiar with that, and it creates a partial vacuum at this end. When we're going along, it's the steam, the waste steam from actually propelling the loco that's doing that. The puffs of steam, chuff, 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 a jet going up under the chimney. The harder the engine is working, then the greater the vacuum at this end, the harder it draws the fire. Atmospheric pressure air coming in through the dampers, through the grate, through the burning bed of fuel, and rolling around in the firebox and then going down the tubes. The tubes are the main boiling surface, the hot surface of the tube. That's what does most of the boiling. There's a water jacket around the firebox, otherwise it would melt and collapse. But the water space is developed out around the firebox. A little bit of boiling there, but mostly in the middle. You know the general principle that we've got a piston moving to and fro in the cylinder. Obviously steam comes in at one end, pushes it to the other end. The valves change over, steam comes in at this end and pushes it back and allows the waste steam to go in the jet up under the chimney. The waggly bits control the valves. Thank you, 10. Yeah. The waggly bits control the valves which allow that sequence of events to take place. Alright? The waggly bits, the reversing gear, are controlled by a handle in the cab which allows us to use them to direct the loco to go forwards or backwards, but also to vary the amount of power that's being applied. When we move away from stationary, particularly with a heavy load, we've only got one coach, it's only 30 tons rolling load, so it's not very much. But if we'd got, say, 4 coaches or something, and if we were going uphill, you might well put it into full forward gear. That would mean that steam came in, pushed the piston down, and kept on coming in for almost the full length of the stroke before it cut off, and then back the other way. So you're filling the cylinder with steam at almost full boiler pressure, which you're then going to throw away up the chimney. Marvellous noise, a bit like driving in first gear on old manual carts. First gear up the motorway, it may sound magnificent, but it's not done. So you go into second, third, fourth, fifth, and possibly sixth. On this, we notch back. This has got a windy handle, one where it's got a proper old-fashioned gear lever handle with notches on a quadrant plate. So we talk about notching up. And what we do is we go away with steam being applied for almost the whole of the stroke. And then as we get going, as we're bowling along, we cut it back and back and back until we just got a little squirt of steam coming in, which then expands out fully, and we get all the elastic work out of it before we throw it away. Can we have the handbrake on, if you please, Charlie, so that we can play with the brake? Right, gents, you've got 3 controls we're asking you to look at this afternoon. The brake, the regulator, and the gears, okay? At the moment we're in full back gear. The gears unlock like this, and then using both hands rotate them round. I'm moving it into mid gear. You first couple are going to be working at that end of the gears. Second couple are going to be working at this end of the gears as we come back from Kidderminster. This is what controls the waggly bits. This is what controls the amount of power in the way that I was just explaining. The regulator is a very crude instrument. It's really sort of open a little bit, open a lot, and open even more, and that's basically all you've got. It's not precise like an accelerator on a modern car. The first little bit of travel does absolutely nothing, and then all of a sudden it starts to come in. What I'm asking you all to do is to move it up an inch and then gently open it thereafter, and listen and feel carefully until the point where you feel suddenly the loco is starting to move, or the power is getting through, and then stop opening it. Just leave it and let it settle down, and then adjust it a bit afterwards. If you keep on opening it, then the wheels will just spin on the wet rail. A lot of wet rail this afternoon because of all the rain and goodness knows what. And in any case,
5 minutes, Mike.
thank you very much. So be very gentle opening the regulator. Do not be gentle closing it. There's a long rod with a lot of linkage between here and the actual valve. When you shut it, you really need to slam it so that all the bits with all the slack in all shut. Otherwise, the regulator will still be open and it'll still be pushing you when you're trying to stop. Okay? Gears, brakes. When I ask you to blow the brake off, you move the brake control right over, and you're interested in the left-hand needle going up to 25 inches of mercury, sufficient vacuum to pull a column of mercury 25 inches up a tube out of a bowl of mercury with atmospheric pressure air pressing on it. Quite a large vacuum, 31 or 32 inches I think is a full absolute vacuum, so further than which you cannot get. When we apply the brake, so right over is to release the brake, 25, ignore the right hand needle. The running position is not quite vertical, it's 33 minutes past down here, if you see what I mean. So just when you've taken the brakes off, then return it to the running position and apply the brake very carefully using both hands, just gently. I'm going to bring it down to 15 and then back to the running position. Okay, now you're going to be going mostly from 25 to 20. That's quite a substantial running brake application. You will feel the brakes starting to come on. If you go down to 15, that's quite a strong brake application. Below 15 is an emergency brake application. You're starting to throw people off the seats. So if you go too low, immediately blow the brakes off. If I ask you to blow the brakes off, it's right over to the right. If I ask you to apply the brake, it's over to this side and very gently putting it on, but quite quickly taking it off. All right? So I think we've covered the use of these three. The big rule is, and it's very difficult, there's an awful lot to think about. This is the whistle, by the way. This chain is the one that you're going to be using. When I ask you to blow the whistle, you have one toot, not multiple ones, because that actually, particularly in station limits, that's for signalling to the signalman, and one or two or three, or two or three in particular, are very specific signals, so don't do that. It's a terrible temptation. When you've used the control, let go of it, because we're going to be jolting along and you're going to be doing all sorts of stuff you're not intending to do, or closing the regulator when you've carefully got it open. So when you've used the control, let go of it. All right? Okay, handbrake can come off if you please, Charlie. Okay. Okay, Clive. Handbrake's off. Sorry, Daniel. Yeah. Would you like to put the gears down here?
You're firing first.
Alright, yeah, alright.
Here's a shovel, we fire right-handed.
Alright.
Now, if I say to you the
Use
front
this
of the
handle,
fire,
both hands, okay?
I mean the fire at the far end.
Yeah.
Put the gloves.
And what we want is a saucer-shaped fire.
Yeah.
So we're going to
Use
fire
this
around
cloth,
the edge.
that may preserve.
So what I want you to do is put a shovel full in the front right and the front
Never let
left
go,
corner.
always be holding it.
Don't worry about it coming down.
It didn't go very far, sorry.
Go downwards and turn it, go downwards and turn
Both
it.
hands. Let go of the
left-hand corner.
Both hands. And listen for feel for the kind of
Now what, you put one in the back corner, so you put the shovel in and you turn it to almost come back.
Open more slowly than that. Come on. Keep opening again.
A little bit more of a flick. Now the same on the right with the
Alright, yeah.
That's lovely.
Is that it?
Put one halfway down each side.
I'm trying to get out of the way of the driver.
Gently. Look at the chimney.
Oh.
It's just smoke coming out. Keep opening. I want that to chimney. You feel it here. Right. No more. Mustn't be up there.
Now,
Close it
do
again.
the shovel.
Open it again very gently.
Put it inside and tip
Get
it so it
just
drops.
open and let it go. Right.
Right, just in.
Brake is in the running. Blow the whistle.
Yeah, just tip it off.
Blow the whistle.
All right, sorry.
Acknowledge that they've acknowledged you.
Close the fire
On
door.
an hour going in
Right.
half the one. That's it.
That's it. Throw one straight down the middle, right at the front.
Right.
Did you have the second signal?
Oh, I hit.
They wouldn't tell you to slow down, would they?
Wow! We're coming up to a signal and we're going to stop just in front of that signal. And we're slowing down naturally because we're going uphill. You can see the signal. Very gently open the regulator until the point where you just hear it and just beep it. Okay, that's super. And now slam it shut. Okay, now then, let's just see how far we get. Tap, 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 you can hear is the pump, that's the vacuum pump. That's what's helping to overcome the leaks in the vacuum system and keep the brakes off. Right, holding the brake, I want you to reduce the gauge now to 20. You're applying it to
Pull
the
that towards you,
Blow
about
the brakes
45
off.
degrees. Bit more.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
that was a very
45
hard
degrees.
stop.
That's nice, sir.
Very difficult.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, okay, bring the gear back to here.
Put some water in the boiler while we're
Completely
staying.
apply the brake so we don't start to roll backwards. Completely apply the brake. Completely apply the brake. Right over. Right over. Okay. And now bring the gear back to mid-gear. Back to mid-gear. And get those lines lined up and lock. That's super. So you've left it with the brake fully on and in mid-gear, same place to swap over. Well done. It's extremely difficult. Yeah, okay. Well done, well done. Okay. Swap over, have a go at firing. Tim.
Hello. Oh, sorry.
First of all, I want you to bring the gear down to here. That's the lock.
Oh, that's a lock.
Both hands. Both hands now on this one. Yeah. Down to here, as fast as you like. A bit more, keep going until you've actually got to my finger and lock it. Okay. We've got permission from the guard to go. Blow the brakes off, right over, blow the whistle, let go of the control once you've used it gently, open the regulator. Because this is a hill start, we'll start to roll backwards.
And when you
Fine. Okay, you've found it. You feel that. You feel and hear a slight squeak, and we're moving. Okay, back to running position. Both hands, 33 minutes past. Okay, open the regulator a little more. A little more. Right, now bring the brake gear back to here. Both hands on here. Now back to here. And lock. Okay, blower is open. As we go into the tunnel, then blow the whistle just as we're inside. Blow the whistle. Right, we're doing about 30, which is a bit much. What I want you to do is slam the regulator shut. Really slam it. Right. Gears back to here, please. That's nowhere near the front. And now towards a viaduct, specific viaduct, where we're raising all the money to restore it. 20 miles an hour across there. We're doing a good 28, if not 30. So we're going to need to apply a bit of brake. Also, it is possible that the two signals may both be at red. So make a trial to see if you can gently come down to 20. No lower than 20. Too much. Back to running position. Blow the brakes off. Blow the brakes off. Right. Just throwing it in the middle. That's trimmed the speed off quite nicely though. And can you feel that we're coming down now? Looking at those two signals, we have in fact got the signal green for the loop. So we are not stopping. That's quite a relief. And we're now doing about 20 miles an hour. So just try coming down to 20 again. Watch the gauge. And immediately if you've gone too far below the brakes, back to the running position. 33 minutes past.
It's not going anywhere.
You're back there.
I thought you were trying to get down to 20.
Oh right. You're all right. Let's get this back up to 25. 33 here. 33 here. 33 minutes past. You see what I mean, like a clock face? So just off the bit. Okay, right, that's fine. So we're doing the right speed. Now let go of the brake. Now you've done that. Okay. Gears back to here slightly, just below that little rivet there. Back to here. Right. And lock. And now just as we come to find a notch, and just now open the regulator gently till the point where it's just starting. Okay, I don't want us to stop, so get the first bit over and done with, and then gently open. Okay, there we are.
That's too fast.
Bring the gear back to here.
Sorry?
And lock. And a little bit more regulator once you've maybe just a fraction. That's fine. When you shut it in like that, let go. Let go. Let go. Because otherwise the weight of your hands will take it down. Right, I want you now to slam it shut. Slam it. Marvellous. And back to here with the gear.
Where? There?
So that's alongside the rivet. And lock. Marvellous. We're going uphill, we're going round a bend, both of which, both of which are slowing us down, 15 miles an hour on the other side of this bridge. Okay, we're slowing down, we're doing about 17 miles an hour now, 18, 17, we're coming gradually down. In a moment I'm going to ask you very, very gently to open the regulator now. Nothing's happening, keep going. I can't see it. There we are, and let go, let go. Gears back to here. And lock. Green on the ground, thank you. Slam the regulator shut. Gears back to here. And lock. When we're over the points, very gently open the regulator again. You can feel it slowing down, we want to keep going. Open the regulator gently. Thank you. That's it. Is that right? No, nothing's happening. We're slowing down, we're going to stop. I don't want us to stop. Thank you. Alright, sorry. To the point where you can just hear it chuffing. There's a bit of a delay, so you need to just be aware of that. But that signal is taking us now, the one that's like that, taking us to the platform. Too much regulator, slam shut. Right, we'll use a bit more in a moment. What you need to do is to try and find the magic point. So you're opening it a bit, listen, open, listen, open, listen. What's happening is you think, oh, nothing's happening, and then you suddenly give it a massive open. Blow the whistle. Right, we've got people down there. I blow the whistle again to acknowledge they've acknowledged you. Going in now is about 10, which is about right. So we're going round another bend, and obviously that's going to slow us down.
Yeah. What I'll do
You
is
start gently opening the regulator, very gently. I don't want much. Thank you.
have it.
Nothing's happening. No. I want you to actually open it.
Sorry.
You haven't got it open yet. We're slowing down. I don't want to stop. That's too much.
Sorry.
It's very difficult. This is no reflection on you. You must understand. This is very difficult.
Right.
Push boxes on wheels.
Okay, a bit more regulator, please.
Okay.
Too much.
That's just trim that down. Now slam it shut. Okay.
What do I do now?
Right. Now then, about somewhere where the points are,
Yeah.
there's a white mark on the points, just on this side. We mustn't pass that. Both hands on the brake. Over to 20. And that's fine, leave it at 15. Blow the brakes off this way. Now back to 20. That's too far. Blow the brakes off so we don't stop with a jolt. There we go. That's fine. Right, taking the brake off there. You could just try that again. Both hands on. See if you can just bring it to 20. And then back to the running position. Then it will stop falling. Brilliant. That's better.
Right.
Okay. Now I want you to fully apply the brake.
We're to the left.
Right to the left. Fully apply the brake.
That one.
Right. That's now fully applied the brake to the loco and to the carriage. I want you to bring this back into mid-gear
I'm sorry.
so that the lines line up. Now that's where you would leave it, but now what you can do for me is bring it back into full backward gear, because I'm going to ease up against just push up against the carriage, just to relax the couplings sufficiently that Charlie can easily undo them. All right?
All right. Yep. Oh. Right.
Excellent. Okay, well done. It's quite tricky, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've both done very well. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
So let's get down.
All right.
Here over for a photograph or whatever.
All right. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you driving the first bit or
Oh, the second bit.
Have we got two of the people who are just passengers? Are two of you wanting to have a good ride round? You want to go?
I need to see it still recording to me.
All right. You can take it off now. It's finished.
Great stuff, Tim. Cheers. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.